everybody! Here is Humble Voice of Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Hello from Sami. And hello from Busy. Today we're gonna see more pets because we are on the garden. How are you? Hello Malapale. How are you? Can you hear me well? I'm on the garden right now. Can you see behind me? This is little lake or little kind of a pool for my turtle. I've made it with my mom. We've created this, so hopefully there'll be people walking past and just don't mind them. I'm just going to ignore them because it's really noisy place kind of thing, like, you know, there are people coming and moving. So how are you, Malpale? Yeah, I'm outside the house. That's how it looks more like in my mother's. That's the garden. That's the garden. It's quite big. You know, that's the house. And there are all the houses. It's kind of, it's called Finnish colony. You know, from Finland. It's kind of like a Finnish architecture of these houses, and they're 100 years old. The houses are like, it's one big house that is basically cut like this for 4 quarters, and each of people. Hello Blue, say how are you? How are you? I'm just explaining the house because I'm on my mother's house garden. It's the biggest city, but in this colony it feels like a village. It's quite secluded from kind of like a big busy place, and most of these neighbors are like living here for years, pensioners, so it's very quiet. You can just hide here, you know, with like people don't look at anyone. I've heard a Tyler Starrer once. He's hilarious. It's like a stand-up comedy for me. But I've heard him saying once that California, it's very cold. The people in California, uh, as comparing to Georgia, you know, on the south, the people are much colder. That apparently, I've never been to states, but maybe some of you are from states, and the people in south are more warm. I would compare this to Ireland versus Czech Republic is like people in California. What at least Tyler, I don't know, just this random guy explained his opinions, but I don't know. But that kind of stuck with me because I was thinking like, oh my God, what he describes is exactly what I feel between Ireland and Czech Republic. Irish people are so warm, embracive, you know, they welcome you with a heart on the palm, no matter who you are, all right? And if wherever you go, they say, can I help you, darling? Hello, love. What's the story, love? You know, like love. And hi, darling. What you want, my darling? That's Irish. Like, I love it because I'm same. I always call everybody my dear because that's my, you know. And people here, I came here after 15 years. Before I ran away because of the same reason, because people here are extremely cold. If you were dying in the middle of the street, nobody would ever help you. That would be just ignoring you, passing you like this. Is ridiculous. One day in Dublin, I remember in Ireland, I started to have an awful pain on my belly right in the middle of a busy road. Yeah. So I went down to the ground, and suddenly, like, over 10 people came to me. Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you want this? Do you want that? Another example. I had a awful road accident 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. I can't remember how many. Maybe later, maybe 5 years ago. I can't remember exactly. But uh, I was hit by a car. I was going on the bicycle because I in Ireland I always go by bicycle. I don't drive. I don't have driving license. You know, in quite hippie in that way. Yeah, I don't mind doing a license, but I want to do it in Ireland on the left side because that's where I'm planning to live. There's no point to do it in Czech Republic when they're driving on the other side, and I'm not planning to stay here. So you know what? That's a particular sign. Not that. That's not. But this one. That's a particular sign in Ireland, but it doesn't mean peace. It means the F word. So if somebody in Ireland ever shows you, don't think that they're greeting you with peace. It's amazing. I love Ireland. Anyway, I wanted to say that. So here is very secluded. That's the only thing I love about my mom's home, because I can hide here from the society. I last year I went through deep depressions, and I needed to be closed. I needed to be absolutely secluded. So I stayed in this building. My room is upstairs. So I stayed in this building for entire year. I didn't want to see anyone. I needed to absorb the fact that I have to be in a place I hate. But I took it as a big prison. I feel that this, yeah, the comparing the California with Ireland is like with South, yeah. It really made me remember this. Like the Irish are like the South people in Georgia, yeah, state of Georgia, and Czech people are like people in California. That's what I imagine California to be. So I would never be interested. Probably go. Well, maybe yes. Like I'm a very open person. I don't believe what people say. I need to find out on my own. So I would probably travel everywhere if I could. Everywhere. Where are you guys from? It's a big place. Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. It's true. You are. Yeah, you see, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, that's where this guy was from as well. What he has this YouTube channel, Taylor Star. He's hilarious. He reminds me of like stand-up comedians. Sometimes when you need to turn off your brain and you don't want to listen any like deep stuff, because then it will hurt you and make you feel. If you need to turn off, I always love to listen stand-up comedy, any kind of stand-up comedian. Or sometimes I see Tyler Starrers, so I listen to him rambling, and it's just like very, but otherwise, like, I don't really, care. So that's what I wanted to say. Philippines, like a gateway. I remember these things humble. I should be reading those messages while I'm talking, because then I don't know what you are guys replying to. I'm gonna show you another doggy. That's my mom's doggy. He's Czech. Daginko! Doggy! Say hello! Daginko! He's 14. He's turning 14, so he's old senior, usually. How are you today, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Do you love animals, guys? Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, would love to go there. You know, Malapel, are you Irish or Czech? It depends. It depends if you mean like physically or if you mean by soul and by heart. By soul and by heart, I feel Irish because I identify with them much more. In terms of physical appearance, where the what's the name of that bird? Stock. When the stock dropped me, it was the wrong country. That's Czech Republic. I was born there, but I don't identify with that country, with that mentality, with the society, with anything here. So it's like as if I was Irish citizen on the extended vacation in Czech Republic. I don't know why would Irish citizens go to Czech Republic if they have such amazing life. That's the way it is now. Anyways. I'm telling you guys, if it was up to me, I would take all 10 pets. I would take my mom. I would hire a truck or lorry or big hippie minibus, and we would all move to Ireland tomorrow. If it was up to me. But uh, politically and bureaucratically and materialistically, all that awful stuff that I hate in the world, that keeps us here still stuck. Anyways, from your stories the previous days, I didn't think you were from Czech. Yeah, I don't feel Czech. It's great when somebody says, loads of Irish people would always say, like, are you French? And I would say, oh, that's an amazing compliment. I would rather be French or I don't know, whatever nationality than if somebody would guess my real nationality. Because I don't know if anybody of you ever felt it so strange, such a stranger to their own home place. I really, I must have been Irish in my past life. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about today and wanted to check if the internet is good. Is at the Mercury retrograde, because we keep saying that all the time when something happens. I keep mentioning it, and maybe some of you don't even know. So even though it's only 3 of us or 4 of us here, I'm gonna say it for future people who come across this video anyways. Hello, Wildfire Rose. Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, I wanted to explain a little bit more. Oh wait, I missed a few of your comments. Yeah, there'll be people passing here and there because there's the road, so just don't mind them, just like as if nothing's happening. Okay, it's like, when Tyler explained that in California people don't greet each other at all, and people are like looking at each other like and being very superficial, very, I don't know what's true about it, but anyways, here the same. I'm used to from Ireland to say hi, 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 hi. Here they look at me like, is she crazy? She must be mental. Oh, she wants to rob me. I'm sure she wants to rob me. Oh my god. So no point going anywhere. Just staying in this garden. If I don't stay in this garden, I feel amazing. I will become a pet parent in a few years once I find myself more, so I can dedicate myself fully. Oh, that's amazing. Do you own any pet? Have you owned any pets before? Like, always make sure, because that's people they always neglect, is they don't study. They have a dog or cat and they automatically think that, yeah, I don't need to learn about them. No, it's not true. I studied. Uh, I studied academy about animals, and same as I thought that I know a lot about cats, a lot about dogs. after I finished studying the academy, I realized that I knew almost nothing about animals. I mean, not animals. I knew a lot about it, but in terms of physiology, in terms of the way what do cats really need, what do dogs. So always, if you have any kind of plan to have any kind of pets, please, I strongly suggest just humble yourself very much and go to the internet and learn everything you can, because then you become responsible for their health. A lot of people say, those kind of ignorant people. I'm not saying that any of you are, yeah, that's just like open global thinking. What I've experienced, because I've been around animals, I've been working for animals most of my years, so I've been studying them, so I can see difference. And what I see, most of the people are quite ignorant, and they own all kinds of pets, but they know only how to make them survive so that they don't literally die. Okay, if I had a child, I would try to feed him better things than just, let's say, McDonald's and Burger King. They can survive on it, of course, but what quality of health it is. Same goes with pets. A lot of people neglecting it. I always say we are not superior to animals, we humans. And if you look at pet, it it has the same need as toddler child. 3-year-old child, same needs. You should give them the same things, same need, and same responsibility, same care as you would give to 3-year-old child. I don't see any difference between children and animals and pets. Okay, both are very innocent, both are depending on us, and both are pure and loving. Why would animals have to be discriminated or less cared for? That's my opinion. Some people may not like it, and loads of people judge me for it in past, but I don't care. I'm gonna be loud advocate for animals as long as I live. So I'm so happy that people like you, Blue, say, because you are very sensitive. I think that's your moon in you said you had a Cancer moon, isn't it? It's beautiful. I'm not afraid about pets being around you because you are natural carer. You're a natural carer, born carer, you know so I'm sure the people like us would always learn. I'm so happy. What pets are you gonna have? Actually, I totally went out a rambling. What pets are you gonna have? Congratulations. Also, I love rodents, rats, pet rats. Yes, I feel very defensive of animals. Oh, I don't like how people see them as less than me, neither. Exactly. I don't care much more. Humans can do, they deserve respect equal as humans, and not many people care. Exactly. Yeah, I know you are very sensitive. Exactly. And you know what? If I would go as far as politics, they should have exactly same rights as children, not less. Exactly same scale. Okay, if you hurt a child, you get, I don't know how many years, let's say 20 years. Yeah, if you hurt a pet or animal, you get the same. Then if that was global, I'm not saying different countries of or continents, if globally it would be so natural to us to consider this uh, global law, and people would take it as natural as they take laws for children, then there would be no animals suffering as much as now. It would be a lot less those people with evil spirits that are so coward that they have to, uh, like tickle their ego by hurting animals. These cowards would think twice if they want to hurt animals again, because they knew they would have 20 years in prison. And not in prison, I would, I can't speak about politics because it makes me so depressed, and I don't want to be depressed. I A Labrador in roti or in dog heaven already. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know the pain. I know the pain. I really feel you, girl. I feel you. You know. Hello, Nikki Baker. So true, pets are like children. Exactly. Do you know, like I don't have any children, right? These are my children. All my pets are my children. I'm not against. I love children. I love children. But let's say I haven't found yet the one that you know would, I don't know, I feel to have family with. But I'm open to anything. I'm not like a type of person that would be counting the biological clock. No way, I don't care. Plus, there's so many children that adopt. I would rather adopt a child from Africa, let's say, or any of those places that need, then bring another child if there is so many children that needs family. So there will be option. Anyway, I'm rambling again. I so what I was gonna say. I'm on the YouTube. Some na YouTuber. It's my neighbor. Oh, I'm sorry, Malapale. I'm sorry. Yeah, you both are right. Like you all are right. I hate people making others suffer. I can't stand it. You know. Well, what can we do? Okay, so let me see. Let me see what I can read for you. I have it here prepared. I want to say something about this Mercury retrograde, okay? What, especially I want to concentrate on what you should and you shouldn't uh, do or start doing during the Mercury retrograde, okay? The people speak a lot of English here. There, no, nothing, nothing. Roma gypsies, but you know what? Yeah, there's loads of Roma gypsies, but they're here for generations. So I find it natural because I've been living in Dublin of a multicultural place and more ethnicities living together. I feel happier because I love all ethnicities, all kinds of people. As I was mentioning in previous videos, the meadow full of flowers of different colors. That's what I love living. Nobody would prefer, or would somebody prefer just a field full of the same color flowers, or would somebody prefer to sit in the field full of all kinds of flowers? I would prefer that one. That's more harmonic. That's more blending. It's more beautiful, so the same, like, there is no English here. People are so ignorant to anything like that. The word, it's like, I'm telling you, do you know the trilogy Back to the Future? I always compare it to that when when they were going to with the time machine to 1980s. I felt like I jumped on a time machine in Dublin in 2019 down to year of 1980s and end up here. Everything you imagine in 1980s you can see here now in present, at least in the third biggest city of the country, okay, which should be okay. Prague could be different because Prague is very multicultural, but it's like 600 kilometers from here, and anywhere else people don't care. They're very one, in some way, like as if they were under the care of Donald Trump kind of people here. I don't like them at all. Discriminative, judging everybody, angry. If there's somebody of different race, they stare you out, like they look at you like you came from Mars. It's ridiculous. I can't even invite my friends, which are mostly different ethnicity, yeah, loads of African friends, Spanish friends, Argentinian friends, all kinds of people, all kinds of different shades and colors. If I would invite them here, they would leave this country depressed. And I don't want that. I don't want my friends to feel bad. because of people being ignorant, selfish, superficial, and disgusting. They're not open at all. It's like, really, even the TV, you don't see anything but the movies from 1995. Excuse me, it's 2019. And one movie they play like 10 times on the same channel, and they switch in those channels. The way you can get free movies on YouTube? They take that from the YouTube, and then they play it in the TVs, which people pay for the TV here. So it's ridiculous. I can't stand this. It's like absolutely upside down country, this one. Most disgusting people of the what I've actually came across, and it's my own. That's why I never identified with them. I know, Malpale, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. Me, no, not you. Really, you were born 1980. I was born in 1982. So I remember maybe 7 or 8 years of communism. Oh my God. It feels like post-communistic still, and it's been 19 from 2000, from 1989, which was the revolution, is like up to 2019 is like how many years? Like, you know, and it's still the same. I hate it here, guys. But anyway, I'm so happy. That's why I can run to you here, like, and just enjoy the proper conversations. I can't speak to anyone here because I've I haven't found anyone that I could actually speak in more depth yet in this country. I'm not saying everybody's the same. Maybe I'm going to wrong. I'm actually not going anywhere. So I. Anyways, let's go for the Mercury retrograde. Um. Yeah, like 80s. That's crazy, Blue say. I'm telling you. But if you guys did some crime, whatever, or if you need to hide from civilization, I suggest this place because really you can live in my house, no problem. Nobody would find you here. Nobody would find you. People here are like blind, deaf. They don't see anything. They don't. You could be running naked in the middle of the road. Nobody would even look at you. They would be doing like, oh my God, I better run away. They're crazy. I don't know. It's this post-communistic syndrome or something. But I don't want to be saying bad about the country I was from, but I don't identify with it. I'm just kind of like a judging like outsider, really, because I spent the most crucial years of my life. Yeah, these 15 years were the years when I was finding myself, as every one of us is going through certain periods of or certain years to finally find your true essence and find yourself truly, or like form yourself, shape yourself into what your true being is. Those crucial years are the most important years, and it really is important where you are because of your development, your inner spirit development, your all kinds of these. And that's what I mean about it is that that's what I've experienced in Ireland. So I identify with more with Irish people. I spent just a teenagehood really in Czech, and maybe early. I left when I was 21, I think, or something. 20. So become more gypsy than anything else. Really? That's lovely. Yeah, you try to identify with anything that you feel truly mostly relieved inside, like it's very important fast, once you pass this period and you kind of settle into your own being, then it's much easier for you. The rest of life makes more sense. Okay, the rest of the life, hello baby, makes more sense because you already have your path, you already have your purpose, you found your purpose, and as I was saying, it's the most uh, liberating thing. A lot of people go through different phases, and also some people, they use, not use, but the love for them is much more important, because through love they're trying to find themselves. But at the end of the day is still the same pattern, more or less. Once you finally find yourself inside, you don't need any plasters around you. You don't need to desperately find love to be with somebody. You feel happy, like Nine of Pentacles in tarot. Nine of Pentacles, you know, and you feel happy the way you are, as for your inner spirit, and that's the most important. How you can get there? You get more in tune with nature, you get more in tune with uh, your inner being by meditation, by all kinds of practices, Reiki, Chi, or Zen, any of those. I feel whatever brings you closer to your spirit, just go for it, okay? It's gonna teach you and show you the path which you should be following, and kind of try to, and it will help you to eliminate all those weeds, all the weeds that are growing, and you will just see the right path. Okay, so then we have astrology here, then we can help each other or help ourselves to understand more how universe works and how universe affects us as people, because honestly we are all created from, I don't know how much percent of water. We are created of water and energy. So energy, planets have energies, sun has energies, moon really much have energy. So that's why the planets, sun and the moon are so important in our lives. you know that's the that's the reason why we feel sometimes influenced with the planets, or with the shifting on of planets in a certain years. That's why some situations or events, big events in the world are happening because of shifts of planets. So it's really, I'm going through this fast when I'm really passionate about studying everything about astrology and numerology. I know basics, but I really want to be more aware. And how you get there as well is by being more open to these things. Try to see things outside of the box. More spread around, because nothing is just black or white. There are loads of different shades and colors and phases and all types of um, aspects that we are. So anyway, it's, where's my drink? Wait, I need to bring my drink. You can watch my own creation, which I've made with help of my mom, which is amazing, spirit. uh, I've made it for a turtle. She has a similar swimming pool in home, and when it's sunny we put her outside. I'll show you actually if you're interested. Can you see? She's inside now. So yes, let me just bring some drink, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. Guys, am I not boring you? I'm sorry. When I start talking, I don't know when to stop. um. Oh, who was asking me about the witchcraft yesterday? Was it you, Blue? Say. I wanted to say something as well, but just give me a minute to remember. Let me read you first. You make me want to come to Ireland. Hey, you should come to Ireland. Blue say, come to Ireland. Come to visit. I can show you around. I'm serious, like you can stay in our house, if you want, or um, show you around. This place is suck. I mean, like this. I'm in Czech Republic. Jesus, I'm so stupid. I'm not in Ireland. Anyway, sometimes I just forget, and I realize, but I'm not in Ireland. I'm stuck somewhere else now. Yeah, but you should go visit Ireland. What I suggest you, I lived 2 years in Wexford as well. Wexford is beautiful place. It's very old town. I think it's historically the most oldest town in entire Ireland, Republic of Ireland. It's so beautiful. I lived there 2 years with my mom, and I'm telling you, it's magical. The air in Ireland is magical. My mom is suffers the severe COPD. It's respiratory. The lungs are very. It's like a black holes making in the lungs, and she's very severely. Just couple of percent before she's gonna be fully 24/7 on oxygen pump. Um, I remember, when was it? 2014. I don't know, maybe 4 years or 5 years ago, she collapsed, and I had to bring her to Ireland to live with me. So I've chosen a random place, and I've chosen Wexford because I needed us to live somewhere close to the sea, because the iodine helps the lungs to regenerate. So I found this. I rented this place in Wexford, and before I brought her to Ireland, her lungs were working only 35%, which are full capacity of lungs working is 100% of oxygen, or going through the lungs, and her lungs were working on only 35%. 2 years later, living in Ireland, her lungs were working on 60%. Okay, now then 2 years later, she decided she wants to come back to Czech Republic to look after, like, renovate this house or whatever the bureaucratic things we have to deal with now. And her lungs are now again on 40%, and they're going down. So that's why really want her to bring her and all our pets to Ireland, because her lungs are like, her lungs don't like this place, and I don't want her to slowly die. I'm sorry I keep telling you this dark shit. I shouldn't be. I'm sorry, maybe the Mercury retrograde or whatever stuff. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah, but that's the reason why I. Oh, thank you so much, Blue Sign. I will. She's doing okay. She's